I'm Jenny Hamilton. I am the president and CEO at LifeStream Services. I remember when I met Karen, she was working with the Division of Aging, and you could tell she had a passion for things all related to older adults and persons with disabilities. And I remember when I found out that she had been our director at one point, it kind of all made sense to me because you could tell that this is just something she was very passionate about and felt strongly about doing, was helping older adults and persons with disabilities.
My name is Karen Gardner Gilliland. I had been with Area 6 and LifeStream for 11 years. Those were early years when we were developing all the counties and their programs and deciding what were the priorities that we wanted to see made available for people over the age of 60. How we started was kind of by trial and error. When I was first out of graduate school, I worked at a community action program in Henry County, and they were losing their senior center, and they wanted some funding to help them move to another place. Contact the Indiana Commission on Aging and they'll send you grant material. They said, no, there has to be an area agency on aging now. That's the new federal requirement under President Nixon, and they want decisions made at the local level. So I said, well, what do we have to do? We had to set up county councils on aging in every county. Then as I was working in Henry County, I said, well, where do I apply when this county is established? And they said, well, Ball State University has the federal funds for the development, and you'll need to contact them. So I contacted them, and the next thing I knew, they hired me to set up the whole area. So I set up the legal format for developing a corporation, enticed people from all 7 counties to send board members. June 30th, 1975, it became designated as a legal organization to accept the funding. Developed Area 6 Commission on Aging, Council on Aging, and then evolve into LifeStream to serve the needs of people over the age of 60.
My name is Mary Kay Thornburg. I'm a care manager. In Area 9, I started August 28, 1985. Well, when I first started, you could only have home-delivered meals, a homemaker, or what they called a friendly visitor. That was it. And it was only for individuals 60 and over. So there was not a lot available at that time. And now, if you would have told me then what we have now, I don't think I would have believed it.
When area agencies began in the 70s, a lot of what you heard about was around nutrition, which is a core component of the Older Americans Act. Since then, there were nutrition programs, wellness programs have been evolved since then. The caregiver support program was added in 2000, and I continue to see an evolution of programs and services.
My name is Mandy Williams. I'm the Vice President of Programs here at LifeStream Services, and I have been with the team since 2019. Something for our teams to be really proud of is the accreditations that they hold. Not only the NCQA accreditation for case management, which is by far one of our largest programs, but also the accreditation for our information and assistance department that really just shows that we are able to be held and meet a high standard of connecting people to resources and making sure that they can get their questions answered in a timely and effective way so that we're connecting them to community resources appropriately, whether that's through LifeStream or not.
When we merged with Area 9 in 2017, I think we brought kind of the best of both worlds and put them together. So it's been kind of nice to have more consistency in the 12 counties and offer more of the same things in the area, because I think it makes it easier for people to know who we are, to know what services we provide, and for consistency and continuity of services.
Some of the things that make LifeStream different within the nonprofit space are just the broad scope of what we do. Yes, we serve older adults, but we do that in a lot of different ways. We're not just transportation, we're not just nutrition or food-based. We have a lot of different programs and services to address a lot of different needs. And I also think we're becoming more effective in breaking down some silos that you might see in the nonprofit space. Organizations that might be traditionally youth serving or education based. I think we can find ways to have them interact with older adults or work as volunteers. And so I think there's a lot of not only cross-service solutions that we can offer, but also just community partnerships to help make sure we're serving a really broad stroke of folks in the area.
My name's Yolanda Velez, and I am a volunteer with LifeStream Services, and I've been an active volunteer since 2020. Every time I come in here, everybody seems to be very dedicated to their work, not just work, but they're dedicated to the people that they serve. The gals that are manning the phones, you can tell it's not a job. They honestly care about the people they're serving. I can tell that what they're doing is just not a job. They're caring for people. They know that what they do touches people in one way or the other. They genuinely care about the clients they serve, the community that they serve, always wanting to do better for them, be their advocate, give them opportunities and show them resources that a lot of people don't have access to, don't even know about, especially our senior community.
I think one of the key things looking to the future, whether it's 10, 15, 20 years down the road, I think there's going to continue to be an evolution towards the healthcare component. I think there's a lot of focus right now on healthcare. How do you do preventative care? So much of what goes on is reactive. I would love to see more proactive, and I'd love to see us be a part of that, whether it's the wellness classes, giving people information to plan as they age, or just getting people when they very first start to need assistance so they can stay healthy longer.
I think LifeStream in another 25 to 50 years is going to continue to be really collaborative, and I would hope that at that point we have built a really age-friendly ecosystem. I would hope that people feel like East Central Indiana is a great place to have and raise children, to be a child, to get a good education, but then also to remain after your working years and after you retire, and to feel like as an older adult you're well supported and you still have access to the services that you need and you can still live a really full quality of life.
LifeStream will expand on a lot of things, but I think just the technology of LifeStream, they're wanting to reach out to different people, try new things. I think the sky is probably the limit. I think there'll be a lot of good things coming.
I think LifeStream's always looking for opportunities to expand, to help our senior community, those that don't have the resources or don't know of the resources. So I think LifeStream is always looking forward, and always not for the benefit of the company, but for the benefit of the clients and the community. I love it here.